Today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate souffle. Down below in the description box you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 Celsius. Now we need to prepare the ramekins. These are 6-ounce ramekins. I also have a 4-ounce ramekin as well. And what we want to do is we want to butter and sugar these, and that allows the souffle to glide up the walls of the ramekins. And so we're just going to take a basting brush and get some softened butter, or you can actually even melt it. And we're just going to go along and butter this really, really well, very generously. One technique that helps the souffle rise is to do long strokes, vertical strokes with the butter. Not everyone does that. It's just a little tip that helps. Nice buttered ramekin. And then what we're going to do is I have some sugar here. It's about 3 tablespoons of sugar. Doesn't have to be exact. We're just going to pour that in there. And then I'm going to take this other one and then I'm going to tilt it, and I'm going to just let the sugar cover the inside and just pour it into the next ramekin. Make sure it's on the bottom. And that is a properly prepared ramekin. And then this little mini one, I'm just going to pour it right back into this bowl. And then I'm just going to set these on a sheet pan lined with a silicone mat or a parchment paper. Technically, you don't really need a mat underneath. I just don't like my ramekins just straight on the metal pan, but it technically doesn't matter. You can do that. I chopped up enough dark chocolate. This is the special dark Hershey brand, and this is about a half a cup or about 2 ounces, and this chocolate is room temperature. And now we can head over to the stovetop and make the roux. All right, I have the heat set to medium. What we're going to do is we're going to take 1 tablespoon of butter and we are going to melt it. Once the butter completely melts, we're going to take the flour and just do a little bit at a time and just stir that in. Do a little bit more. Once we have all the flour in there, we are going to keep stirring and cooking that flour down about a minute. And then after the minute is up, I'm going to turn the heat down to low. And then I have 1/3 cup of really cold milk. And I'm going to, as I'm pouring, I'm going to stir. And the reason why you want to use really cold milk is because that helps prevent lumps. And then we're just going to keep stirring and stirring for 3 to 5 minutes until this thickens up and it's going to get nice and silky smooth. Okay, after a few minutes, we will take it. I'm going to pour it, this hot roux, right over the top of that chocolate. And then after about a minute or two, I want to take a pinch of salt and put it in there. Just take a fork. We're going to come in here and stir. See how it melted that chocolate? Nice. And then put in 1 egg yolk. And we'll stir that in. I have 2 room temperature egg whites in a medium to large bowl here. And I'm going to start to whisk these up till it's nice and foamy. Once it's foamy or frothy, I'm going to take my cream of tartar. This helps stabilize the egg whites. I'm going to slowly incorporate the cream of tartar. And then once that's incorporated, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar, a little bit at a time, mixing it in. And then once you have the sugar in there, we're going to just keep beating until we're just shy of stiff peaks. You could even go to stiff peaks. All right, so just a little bit of a curl on the tip there is perfect. So it's just shy of stiff peaks, and that's what we want. And now we want to combine the two, and I'm gonna start off by doing just shy of half of the egg whites and put it right in here. And then just kind of stir them together. And then over here to the main bowl, we will pour the chocolate mixture in there, making sure to get it all out and in there. And now is when we're going to fold in the egg whites, go underneath and over. And this will keep the air that we got in there. And this is what's going to provide that rise or that lift, which is so common from a souffle. Okay, just like that. And now we will pour or scoop the souffle batter into the ramekins. And it looks like I'm gonna not need this extra one, which is fine. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. We have these filled right up to the top, and then I'm gonna run my fingers around it. Clean hands, of course. And now I'm gonna put these in the preheated oven, again 375 Fahrenheit, 190 Celsius, for 13 to 15 minutes. Do not open the oven until about 13 minutes to check them. Okay, they should be very slightly wobbly on the top, and they will be done. You're not gonna be poking it with a toothpick or anything like that either, okay? And when they come out of the oven, they'll look something like this. Look how amazing these look. And then to finish it off, you're gonna come in here with some powdered sugar. Or you can do cocoa powder as well. Some people like to do that. And you will want to serve it right away. You can see how much it has deflated already just in the short time, 5 to 10 minutes, that it took me to take some pictures of it for the thumbnail. And if you just dive in here, yeah, it'll be cakey kind of on the top and on the sides. And then it'll be like a mousse kind of in the middle. So amazing. This is such an impressive dessert that you can make for your friends and family. Homemade chocolate souffle. Yeah. All right, the chocolate souffle is done and turned out fantastic. Really easy to do, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah. Yeah.